After a 106-95 victory over the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors move on to 2-1 on the season. After a fourth quarter flurry from the chef himself, 4 3-pointers in a row to give the Golden State Warriors a pretty sizable lead over the Houston Rockets. It was easy coasting from there. But before that, early in the game, to start the game off, the starting unit, not the same as it was last year, because last year they were getting these big leads and then the bench would choke it up. Now it's the inverse. The starters are starting off real slow and having these like deficits, these 8, 9, 10 point deficits. Then the bench will come in, give them a 10, 12 point lead, then the starters will come back in and mess that up. That's becoming a all too familiar trend on this early season for the Golden State Warriors. But other than that, Chris Paul has his first game off the bench, which is pretty much what everybody guessed would happen after they made the trade, and it's proven to be a good trade for the Golden State Warriors. Chris Paul has yet to make a three on the season, but I anticipate him getting back to where he's usually at, around like 38%, 37, 38%. So he's not going to be that bad all season long. Klay Thompson had another decent game, shooting over 50%, 7 for 12 from the field. He made, 6 out of the 10 3-pointers, or 5 out of 10. I'm not sure. I should have double checked that. Wiggins had a nice solid game, and Draymond Green, his first game back, they put him in the starting lineup, but he played in those 5-minute bursts. He's on a minutes restriction, but he had a pretty sloppy game his first game back, which is kind of to be expected. Timing's off. He's rusty. Don't have his condition right. His rhythm is a little bit off with most of the players in the starting unit, but that'll be back once he gets a couple games under his belt. Moody and Kuminga are proven to be worth the squeeze on keeping them and not trading them this offseason. It's looking like both of them are taking that leap that everybody expected they was going to make before the season. And Gary Payton, the second, he had an incredible game, 15 points off the bench, played amazing defense like he always does. Kuminga made a boneheaded mistake going into the half. He was going for a steal and knocked, who was it? I think it might have been Jalen Green. Knocked him over going for a steal in the backcourt, like 80 feet away from the basket. It's just growing pains of a young player getting more minutes. I guess that's what you can call it. But other than that, another good win for the Golden State Warriors. I don't know what they're gonna do about the next game, seeing that Steph has this foot situation. But I anticipate him not having to play too much and then playing the young players a whole lot more. But on to